You're what? Dave! It's fun. TV.
Welcome to Dave TV.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was just reading my favorite book from Emmanuel Lewis. Anyway, welcome to this episode of Dave TV. I have my host back there, Wise Guy, but he's currently taking a nap. He's a little bit prima donna as far as, the talent goes. But anyway, as your co-host, I would like to introduce you to this series. I'm going to call it Dave Stories. I put a lot of thought into that name because they are stories about me. I could actually use a little help to come up with a better title. I was trying to come up with a punny one, but I struck out. So, if you have any ideas for the title, just drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. But basically, I've had a fun life. I really have. I've had a lot of awesome times, and I like telling stories about it. So, that's what I'm going to do. Kind of kicking things off today a little bit light with 3 stories. Story number 1 is going to be about my Jeeps. So, I currently own a Wrangler. I love getting out in the wilderness and going off-roading and stuff. And that goes back a ways. My first Wrangler that I actually had was a 1990. And that one was a 4-cylinder, stick shift, soft doors, soft top. It got broken into all the time. I couldn't keep anything in it. It would get stolen. A lot of people got my change, but nothing ever, exciting. But that one I never off-roaded with or anything. That was just drive around cities and stuff and have a good time. My second one is where we really get into some meat and potatoes, and that's actually when I got it. I kicked things right off the right way. I found it. There was an ad in the newspaper, and I ended up going to the dealership, and I ended up leasing this 2004 Rubicon. They were brand new at the time. It was stick shift. It was a lot of fun with the 4-cylinder, great engine. And after getting it, some coworkers, pointed out to me that I got to get out in the woods with this thing. And I was super duper excited about doing that. They gave me an awesome place. So very shortly after leasing this vehicle, I went and picked up my buddy, Matt, and we headed up to Mahwah, New Jersey, to do some trails and stuff. It was a really cool place, by the way. I crossed a river. There was just a whole bunch of woods to drive through, and then I did find a mud hole. Once I found that little mud pit, that's when the fun really broke out. So I'm hitting these puddles. Confidence is growing. I'm having a great time. This is awesome. And there was this one really big puddle. Now, this big puddle, I kind of kept looking at it, and I was kind of shying away. But I eventually was like, no, I want to go in the big one. So it was time to give that a try. My confidence was up. So, hit the puddle. Felt my Jeep just go, whoop. It's a little deeper than I had realized. And something with much bigger tires had gone through before me. So when I hit the bottom, I just suctioned and I was done. I was high-sided in the middle. I couldn't do anything. The wheels just spun and just kept making the situation worse. I didn't really have recovery gear. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was a city guy out in doing this. So me and my buddy are just kind of stuck there. And we're like, what are we going to do? We're kind of getting to our wit's end. We're trying to figure out who we could even call. And there really wasn't anybody. And then that's when I heard the most glorious sound ever. It was a Jeep Club. They were coming around the corner, and they pulled me out. And from that point, the rest of the day was just a real blast. In fact, total shout out to you guys if you guys happen to see this in some magical, small miracle. That happens. But you guys were awesome. I had a lot of fun. And it was fun actually having you bust my chops because I had this badass brand new off-roading rig, and I was the one that was stuck. But it was a lot more fun once I had other people there and we were able to tow each other out and stuff. And that's what we did the rest of the day. Somebody would go in the big hole, get stuck. Somebody else would tow them out. It was a real blast. I recommend doing it, by the way, if you have anything that could go off-roading. Just make sure you get a friend and have some recovery gear. But there's plenty of stuff online to find the safe ways to do that. Don't get yourself stuck out in the woods. It sucks. All right, so on to story number 2. I had a Mini Cooper for a while, and believe it or not, I actually love that car. It was a lot of fun to drive, and I know I'm a big dude. I'm tall, I'm fat, I'm wide, I'm everything. And I actually fit in that better than I fit in almost anything else I've ever owned. It was the only vehicle I didn't have to have the seat all the way back to drive comfortably, which is just crazy. I know, because they're tiny, but it actually really felt safe. Tons of airbags and all sorts of stuff. Really good cars. I really do recommend checking one out, even just for fun. But anyway, the car that I had, I think it had a curse. I had gotten hit by a UPS truck. I got rear-ended by another lady, which was after the UPS truck. And that's actually kind of funny. She hit me. We got out. We were both kind of looking. And she was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that much damage. And I was like, you didn't do that damage. It was already there. Have a good day. She got very lucky. Other people might have taken advantage, but I couldn't do that to her. But the big story here is one day I was driving to work. I had to go over a causeway to go to work. And when I hit like the start of the causeway, something hit the roof, like where the roof and the windshield meet on the car. And I could kind of see it bounce up and over my car, and I could see it in the rear view hit behind me, but I couldn't see what it was. So I pulled ahead a little bit, and I pulled over, and, well, lo and behold, I hit a fish. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. I hit a fish with my car. But what happened was there was a bird flying overhead with his breakfast, and he dropped it, and it hit the roof of my car. Now, I'm going to tell you guys that if you ever show up to work and you explain to people that you hit a fish with your car, they will look at you like you have a dick growing directly out of your forehead. It's not really a common story, but definitely pretty wild. Like I said, that car was it had some sort of weird curse. I also even got hit with a mattress. Anyway, now we're going to move on to story number 3. Or do you do this way? What way do you guys do? Anyway, I had gone out with some friends the night before, and I had stayed over their house, but I came home because there was some sort of family thing going on that day. My parents had gone to church, so I was in the kitchen making a little lunch, or a little breakfast or whatever. And somebody knocked on the door. So I went, looked through the window in the door. There was nobody there. So I figured I was the victim of a very clever ding-dong ditch. I went back to make my sandwich. Again, knock on the door. And this time I ran to the front door and I threw it open. And I looked down. There was a turkey. See, my mom had a wreath on the front door and it had berries on it. And the turkey was pecking at the wreath. So there I am standing there, and with fight or flight, there's also freeze, and frankly, freeze kicked in. I was just like, whoa. I was looking down at this velociraptor, these big-ass talons, and thinking to myself, I'm going to be the first of my friends to die by a turkey. And that doesn't feel cool at all. But about that time, the turkey looked up at me, and it was just like, whoa. And then once it looked up at me, it kind of turned around. It had more sense than me. It turned around, and it walked down the stairs, got to the bottom, looked back up at me again, and then it wandered away, and I closed the door, and that was that. But yeah, I got ding-dong ditched by a turkey. So that's my Dave stories for today. Like I said, just kind of start out with 3. I don't want to make anything too long. My stories can get long and rambly as it is. So just a little taste of things. Drop some comments, though. Let me know what you think. I really do need feedback. I promise you that helps me a lot. Also, let me know what you think. I've been experimenting with a couple different things. Let me know what you think of other videos, too. And also, do please hit like and share. I know everybody says that, but it definitely does help a lot. I promise you. I hope you all have a great day. Have fun out there, y'all, and make your own Dave stories. Well, wait, not Dave stories. Make your own stories. Make your own you stories. Yeah. Get after it, y'all.
You're what? Dave! Dave! It's funny. TV.
Lion face, lemon face, Rubicon. It was pretty awesome. I'm sorry. I ended up leasing it. Did I say lease or did I say buy? I don't know what the fuck I said. If you'd sit the other way, this would work better. But that's Wise Guy and Myself. I did that backwards. Wise Guy and Myself, and welcome you to Dave TV today.